Yeehaw! And welcome back to the Southern Snack where life is too short to be serious. All right, we're back at Biscuitville finally. I was saying finally with a V for some reason. But they have a bunch of new items that we're going to try here in North Carolina. Virginia also has a new item, but we're not in Virginia. We're in North Carolina today, so we'll try and get our hands on that. But you got a new Meatloaf Biscuit, which you can get with just egg and cheese, and you can get with Hashbrown Casserole on it, which is egg, hash brown, cheese, a few other things maybe. Also got that hash brown too, Hashbrown Casserole. And then they got an apple blossom that looks way better than Starbucks. So we're gonna go ahead pose for that thumbnail, if I can try and lean that in there. And then there's the coffee, and we also got Hashbrown Casserole for y'all. All right, so you know the business. If you ain't subscribed, why haven't you? I want you to do it. Go ahead, go for it. Hit that subscribe button. Be my friend. Have a conversation. Have a good day. But stay. That's the point. All right, so we're going to jump into the Hashbrown Casserole first. It looks just, nasty. But I know it's not. I know from Biscuitville, I can trust Biscuitville, and that either it's going to be good or it's going to be bland, but it's not going to be disgusting. We know Biscuitville. We trust Biscuitville. We are Biscuitville, right? Yeah, no, I don't know. But anyways, Biscuitville's Hashbrown Casserole. I don't know about this one, fam. It's a bit eggy. I guess there's sausage in here too. It's not inherently bad, but it's very heavy on the egg. It really does give off that casserole vibe though. But not typically your normal Hashbrown Casserole, right? So it's got that nice greasy, cheesy, eggy, potatoey vibe to it. Very carb dense, and it's definitely flavorful, but I think it's just a bit too greasy in terms of the flavor, and I'm gonna have to give it a 6. I think it works well. Like anyone who's super hungry is gonna, they're gonna down that real quick, but for me, it's a bit messy, bit sloppy. So we got that on top of the Meatloaf Biscuit. So I'm gonna try and get a bite here without it. See what it's just like with the egg and the cheese. But again, this is meatloaf, so let's go ahead and give that a try. And it tastes like your standard meatloaf. It's beef, not like super well seasoned, but they mix the ketchup in. So instead of the ketchup being on top, well, actually I think there might be some on top too. So you do get a lot of ketchup flavor with this meatloaf. Meatloaf always has like a ketchup or a jam to go on top. And you can definitely taste it here. And there's bacon on here too, interesting. I was definitely expecting this to be a bit more dry in terms of texture and flavor, but it's really come together real nicely. And I'm really liking the place of the Hashbrown Casserole here. It's really coming in well with all these other flavors, with that meaty beef patty that we call meatloaf. It's really come together so nicely. So I'm all alone in this Popeyes parking lot, and someone else swoops in and parks in the parking lot with me. I'm like, why? What is the point? Maybe they think that since I'm sitting here, maybe they think Popeyes has breakfast now. I don't know, but I'm just doing my thing. I'll let them do theirs. I really like this sandwich a lot. You know, it's unique, it's interesting. You're not gonna find any breakfast place that serves this. And they really hit the flavor well. Like, everything comes together nicely. It's just so flavorful. From that meatloaf to the ketchup. You can't taste a lot of the bacon, but it really doesn't matter too much. It adds maybe a little touch of savoriness. The egg, and even the Hashbrown Casserole comes in and makes a good thing. Now we got another person. Are Popeye's employees, do they start working at 8? I don't know. But you got 2 people part-time. Anyways, let's make sure we lock this thing up. It's locked. All right, but anyways, I give it out of 10. It's really good. Really good. So, get the Meatloaf Biscuit from Biscuitville. All right, moving on to dessert, I guess is what you can call it, with the apple blossom. Man, this looks really good compared to what, yeah, I mean, just from the pastry part of it to the filling, this looks a lot better than what we get from Starbucks. And it is. It's almost A, like an apple pie, B, like an apple turnover. The pastry is a little bit dry, but it lets the apple filling come in there and really stand out. What could really improve it? I think maybe like a glaze on the pastry side. I just went to one of Dolly Parton's things, the Stampede, and they had an apple turnover that was like a glazed shell filled with apple. Of course, not as good as this, but that glaze really added a nice touch of sweetness. So, for example, I think that would go really well on this type of dessert. Other than that, I think it gets a solid 8 out of 10 just because it does have a good amount of apple. And I mean, it's fresh. It's definitely fresh. So, Biscuitville, you guys always do a good job. Even though the casserole was a little bit weird, you know, y'all have done a good job today. So the dressed latte, I don't think there's much to this other than what's on top. They got whipped cream on top. But you can get it in caramel or vanilla. I'm surprised they don't have a mocha one you can do. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and try it out. That's delicious though. Definitely tastes like a premium roast. Good amount of sweetness. The caramel stands out. It's not some latte with a hint of caramel. It's not some vanilla latte with a hint of caramel. It is legit. That's good. Good job. That's a 10 out of 10 in my book. Even though it's simple, it's flavorful, it's delicious, it works. So again, Biscuitville, you guys did great. I appreciate your work. And again, I'll be back. They have like this pork mac and cheese biscuit in Virginia only. And they only have like 5 locations in Virginia. So it's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky, but my plan is to get my hands on that at some point. So just stay tuned. Other than that, I'll see y'all around. Yeah!